We go forward to the next explanation, which is agenda explanation and each session explanation and about the technicality as well. So first one, we will have youth speak here, but somehow I haven't got the agenda. But we are not going to the project creation that actually always the youth speak always have. We are not going to that part, because if we make the delegates going to that part, which means that we cannot have several of the sessions, so that's why we cut it into half. And then afterwards we will have opening plenary, and then you can see here. So basically this is the agenda, and then the most important thing is about explain to you guys like one by one about the session as well. So the first one, we have once upon a time. Once upon a time is actually the clarity. So for the clarity, for the once upon a time, I would like for the FASI to explain and deliver to the delegates about the clarity of Isaac and Global Citizen Program, and clarity about these ISAC and Global Citizen Program to the world, and also to make them believe as well, like why they have to be a global citizen. Like the question that I asked to the FASIs as part of the screening, it's like a very very simple question, but actually the answer is not simple, because you have to define like what is actually the real answer, right? And I know I haven't gave you the feedback. I want you to reflect first, and then let's talk about the what's the real answer, because actually there is no real answer, right? But actually how your understanding the towards the definition, or towards the answer of the why we develop EPs to be a global citizen. So basically for this session is more to like that, make them believe that why they have to be a global citizen, and align it with leadership, align it with the relevancy to the world, and make them, and the most important thing, like for the FASI, you guys have to influence the delegates why they have to really understand, they have to find the purpose. Okay, and if you want to make like a practical movement, for example, like that, it would be lovely. Okay, the second one is Finding Nemo. Why the name is Finding Nemo? It's more to like because after once upon a time, which means like influence them to understand that the importance is to find their purpose. For the Finding Nemo, it's more to like um, how the global citizen experience can help them to find a purpose. So that's why there's the sharing about EP returnee, about how this global citizen experience can help them to find a purpose, somehow like that. And we go to the connect part, because the clarity is more to like why this, why that, and then yeah, and the connect is more to like the connect is more to like what kind of action after they find the purpose, what kind of the action they can create to make the impact. For the connect, we have 3 sessions. The first one is in the source. It is Indonesia is ours, which means it's actually there's the external here that Sabri will work with the external. It is from Didi Paisan. So it's more to like make the delegates know really understand about Indonesia, and then the most important thing, delegates proud to be an Indonesian, and delegates understand why Indonesian youth as a global citizen that we are aiming to make is needed into Indonesia, and emphasize that if those delegates, Indonesian youth, can have the purpose, and then can make the what kind of action they can create, and then somehow once like in the future they can make an impact, so they can actually be part and they can actually contribute to the Indonesia to make to make Indonesian even prouder to become or to be part of Indonesia. And the second one, we have the neighborhood. Why the name is neighborhood is somehow it's really simple. We would like to talk about Southeast Asia. So I put there ASEAN community, but if you want to make something more relevant, to make like why like how they have to stand out as Southeast Asia youth, like why is it important to be a Southeast Asia youth? Why not just like Indonesian youth? Why they have to connect with Southeast Asia youth, for example, like that? Yeah, and then why they not just have to what yeah they have to contribute to Indonesia only, but they have to contribute. If they contribute to Indonesia, it will connect to, they also contribute to Southeast Asia, for example. They also contribute to the world, for example, like that. Emphasize that it is important to have to for them to have the global perspective as well. And then the last one is world without end. The next section is world without end. It's more to like make them understand what kind of purpose that we would like to make them understand. It's like more to like the issue, right? And then the issue is nowadays is more to SDGs. So they know the SDGs and they know like the alignment between SDGs and global citizen experience. For example, Project Sawasdi it is more to like education. So which SDGs are relevant to the project, for example, like that. And for example, if they really experience the Sawasdi project, so they know like what kind of education they can no, what kind of contribution they can give to education field, like that. Or maybe like along the way, the experience of them having the global citizen experience along the way, that experience, they actually not just, it is not like make them like, okay, I'm taking education issue, which means that my purpose will be education issue. No, but it is up to them, and they have to reflect, and they have to really put their everything towards the project, because somehow through the project they will find the outer journey, and through the outer journey they will have the struggle within themselves, and they make them think and make them believe like, oh yeah, I actually can contribute in this part. But what kind of part we actually can give them, like for example, and those things that are relevant to this world, that already being, what is it, yeah, discussed by the global leaders, is actually the global challenges, which are the SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals. And for the act part, there are three as well, and it is the part when they actually realize that have to empower their mindset, their thoughts to the external. Yeah, there are three. The first one is the storyteller. Is again Dimas with the external, which is Hipwi. Is to somehow it's more to like how they can make these thoughts or the mindset go viral to the society. It's like how about by making a campaign. For example, us from OGCP, we have an initiative called campaign realization. Maybe it can be put it there, for example. So make them like, okay, I have these thoughts, but how can, it is important for me to make people all around the world understand that this thoughts is important, and everybody must have that kind of thoughts as well, that kind of purpose as well. Not the same purpose, but they have to have the purpose, their own purpose. And then the life changing, it is the most confusing part because it is more to specific OPS and it will be like an amazing race as well. How? But I don't think like the amazing race, which means that you have to compete from this post to this post and something like that. It's just more to like you have several of the blocks, like several of the posts. For example, use pause, there is, place, ikis, place, and so on and so forth. For example, like that, at the first stage, they will explain about XPP, and but the real XPP that will be happening through global citizen experience, through the global citizen experience. For example, in Thailand, actually, it's always been like the duration of it's not 22 hours, but okay, it's 22 hours, but each day is only 3 hours, something like that. It's making it real into the field, like the different. It's like OPS, but the OPS is more to practical OPS, like the real things that happening in the field. Yeah. And there are four things that you have to deliver. First one is as an XPP, logistic preparation, culture shock management, worst case scenario. It's like the things that will happen that actually happening in the field. And the last one is global citizen, the story makers, like the closing, and then make them like emphasize to them what kind of story they really want to create. Make them think, make them commit. It's like a lead session. Okay, actually, these are all about the agenda. We go further to the another confusing part as well, which is the theme that I already assigned to you guys and allocate you guys.